Danielle. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Hey, so wonderful to have everybody here today. The first time I ever gave a talk with that song, I don't remember who was singing it. It may have been Danielle, but I was not at this church. I was at another church, and the night before I was preparing, and I kept saying, what would I do if I were brave? And the answer came that you'd give a talk without any notes.
That's what I will do the song without my notes.
I'll do the song without my cheat sheet. But what's the answer today? Right? I've done that. I know how to do that. It was scary the first time, but then after you do something for the first time, it ceases to be scary. And so to stay on that razor's edge, as the song talks about, we are always putting ourselves further and further out there. Connor, you may know that too. All the times you get to do something you've never done before, it's really scary, right? But no? Good. Oh God, I want to be like Connor. Everybody just be like Connor. It's like you can take that moment and go, okay, what's the worst that could happen? I'll fail. I'll fall down and I'll pick myself up and I'll do it again. And I'll learn from it. But somewhere along the line, sometimes we learn to do the safe thing. We learn to take the road we know how to do it the way we've always done it before, even when it doesn't work sometimes, but we know how to do that really well. And this quote came up for me. To always choose the sure thing is treason to the soul. I heard that last week. Never had heard it before. It was like, oh my God. To always choose the sure thing is treason. And I knew it was true. So it was anonymous when I heard it. Yeah, I heard it quite frankly at a 12-step meeting, right? And I was like, oh, I was wondering. So I Googled it and found it in a book from 1929. Bruce Barton wrote it in a book about Jesus. A book he had written about Jesus in 1929. But the sentiment really worked for me because that hit me like a mallet hits a gong and reverberated with it. Where am I playing safe? And we talked about that a little bit last week, right? Where was I playing safe, not stepping into my power? Where am I not saying in my life, you know what, I'm here on purpose. I'm here with a purpose. I'm here to make a difference in the world. So step up and do it. And I asked you all last week, if you were here, to turn over your bulletin in the notes page to write down your heart's desire. To write down the one thing you would do if you were brave. Right? If you knew you couldn't fail, what would you do today? And then to write it down and to post it all week and to keep affirming it all week long. So what is that one thing for you that you do if you knew you couldn't fail? Yeah, you can't fail. So do it. Actually, not doing it is failing. Right? And not at the same time. It's a choice. Not doing it is a choice you're making. Last week we also talked about claiming our heart's desire. And Emily Cady talked about it in her book, Lessons in Truth, which is like the Unity first book you have to read when you come to Unity. But she says this about it. Emily Cady says, desire in your heart is always God tapping at the door of your consciousness with infinite supply. The thing you desire has already started towards you. Let me say that again. The thing you desire has already started towards you. That's why it's tugging at your heart. You feel it, you see it, you know it's in the perimeter of your life. And it's calling you to be something bigger and better. This week, we're looking at my second step in the process of manifestation. To take concrete steps. Last week was Name and claim your dream. The 4 steps are: name and claim your good. Say what it is you want to be. We always ask children, right? Connor, I bet you people ask you this all the time. What do you want to be when you grow up? My question to you would be, what do you want to be right now? A soccer player. There you are. Why wait? Right? Do you have to wait? Can you be a soccer player right now? Yeah, you can. Right? There's no then. There's no when. There's now. Connor, you're a soccer player, right? Cool. Cool. That's what you get to be now. The second is to take concrete steps toward your goal, and we're going to talk about that in detail today. The third step, just so you have all 4 steps, you know what you're going to get in this series, is share your journey. And the fourth is to be open to how it will show up. To be open that your idea of what it's going to look like is limited by your mind. But God, universe, spirit, has infinite ways of fulfilling your heart's desire if you stay open to it. If you stay open to that good. So, take concrete steps towards your dreams. In the Bible, Jesus is quoted as saying in both Matthew and in Luke as, ask and you shall receive. Knock and the door will be opened. Seek and you shall find. And that admission is so relevant today as it was 2,000 years ago. Knock and the door opens. Seek and you shall find. What's not said in it is if you sit there and do nothing, it ain't going to happen for you. You know, and I'm all for meditating. I mean, I love my meditation. I become really clear in my meditation. I become almost euphoric sometimes when I meditate, and I really wouldn't trade it for anything. It's an important part, sitting and knowing the truth. But their second step is you must take action. Sitting here all day long won't make you a soccer player, won't make you a singer, won't make you whatever it is, fill in the blank that your dream is. What you have to do is take positive worldly steps towards that goal, right? We must, in the, another Bible quote, we don't get them too often from me, but this is from the book of James, and it says, I've lost it. Anyway, it says, faith without works is dead. You know it, I don't have to read it. I am brave. Faith without works is dead. You must put feet to your faith. You must put feet to your dreams and take steps in the real world towards them. Whatever goal you have, take positive action today. What one little step could you take towards that today? What one little step towards fulfilling your dream could you take? Catherine Ponder, in her book, The Dynamic Laws of Prosperity, says it this way. It's amazing how fast doors open to us when we dare to take control of a situation and command our highest expectations to manifest themselves. But there's nothing new about the law of command. She's in charge and she knows it. Amen. In Genesis, we are told that God created the earth by commanding. Let there be, and there was. Let there be, and there was. So whether or not, whatever your dream is, you don't have to wait till you have the job, till you have the relationship, till you have the home to take concrete steps towards it. Right? There are positions, there were acting jobs, there were parts in plays and in musicals and in all kinds of theater before there were actors. Right? There were parts before there was a paid position. If you want to be an actor, do it. If you want to be a soccer player, do it. You don't have to wait till someone hires you to do it. If you want to be a designer, design. If you want to be an author, write. There's nothing stopping you other than what's in your head. Right? If you want to be a minister, then act like one. If you want to be a minister, volunteer here. If you want to be a singer, sing. Don't take no for an answer. It may not be that you get to do it where you want to do it, but don't let that stop you from doing it. That's ego. That's not spirit. So if there's something tugging at you, saying, this is what I need to do, don't wait till the right job comes along. Do it. And then the right job will come along. Be it. And the right job will manifest. You don't have to wait till the other job ends. Often we hear here, oh, I got hit by that cosmic 2x4, meaning I just got fired. Right? God doing for us what we cannot do for ourselves. Well, what kind of God hits you with the 2x4? What kind of God gives you pain as a way to make you grow? I ask us to look at that consciousness, that we think that that's the divine is giving us a painful situation to move us. What it is, in my opinion, is that all along God has been offering us everything. You want this? Here it is. The world is your oyster. And we get stuck in our own pattern, in our own comfort zone, in our own safety. And that starts to rot, right? When you sit in a chair too long, you fall asleep. Your body parts fall asleep. You fall asleep. And then we no longer become good at what we're there to do. We rot in the position. And so then we say, oh, God gave me this as a cosmic 2x4 to wake me up. Well, you gave it to you. You gave it to yourself because you knew you were unhappy. And you could have taken steps all along the way to change the situation. But for whatever reason, and I know I've done it, we sit there. We sit there and wait till outside circumstance takes us, motivates us, and pushes us. There are 3 levels we do this on. The personal. You know, I often hear people say, oh, when I win the lottery, or when I have $1 million, I am going to give so much to the church. You would be amazed how many people come up to me and tell me that. And from now on, I'm going to answer, well, why aren't you doing it now? Right? And I'm deadly serious.
Thanks for the warning.
Right? If you want to be a millionaire, act like a millionaire today. Give. Give your time, give your talent, give your treasure today. If you want to be a wealthy person, be a wealthy person. Give generously. Give wealthily, like you don't have a worry in the world. Because your worry, your fear, your idea that I don't have enough, or I couldn't possibly ever give money to the church because I don't have enough for me, that is your consciousness. Or your thoughts that I don't have enough time. Well, if it's important to you, make time for it. Let something else go. The world will keep spinning without you reading Facebook another time. The world will keep spinning without you obsessing, like I do, over the political situation in our country. The world will keep spinning, and the actors in the world stage will keep doing whatever they're going to do without my permission or my comments on my Facebook page. It will all happen. But if I want to be a millionaire, if I want to be rich, and there's nothing wrong with that, I applaud it, I have to embody that consciousness. I have to embody that practice of giving, of having enough. When I first took a prosperity course at Unity of New York in 2006, I had to step into tithing of my time, which we described as taking classes, doing the reading, doing the homework, writing affirmations, putting it all out there. Tithing of my talent, volunteering myself in ways that are meaningful to the planet, and tithing of my treasure, 10% of all the money I received, back to where I'm spiritually fed. I started that practice 10 years ago, and my life has never been the same. It's scary walking a razor's edge like that. It takes being brave. But I stand here before you today wealthier than I've ever been, monetarily and in riches that are not able to describe. Waking up with her at 5 in the morning and cuddling is a gift. I have to remind myself that at 5 in the morning. But it is quite a gift. So, the other way that often I hear people talking about their vision and what they want and how it affects you personally is health. And we teach here, and I'm going to reaffirm today, that if you want to be healthier, if you want a better outcome in your health, then it's happening right now in your body. It already is happening in your body. Bless what's working. Actively affirm that the cells of my body are responding to the vibration of life, right here and right now. Emily Cady wrote about it in How I Use Truth. She sprained her ankle. She literally sprained her ankle and it swelled up to twice the size. And she went into a room and she sat down and she said, "This pain is not real. All there is God. This pain is not real. All there is God. This pain is not real. All there is God." And in 24 hours, all signs of a sprained ankle had left her completely. Now, it didn't happen like that, like a snapping of the fingers. It's not magic, but it is replacing our mental ideas and beliefs of lack and limitation and humanity with the truth that there is something bigger at work in our lives. There's an energy and a power we know as God at work in our bodies. And we say, oh, we know God's at work in the world. But somehow my pancreas, my muscles, my brain don't count into God's world. And we eliminate it. But if you change it and affirm the truth and take steps towards it by taking the time to be in meditation, taking the time to do your affirmations, taking the time to take care of your body, those are all concrete steps towards wholeness. And the second way we can apply these principles, this principle of taking concrete steps, is in our community. You know, we have a lot going on here. Last week we talked about our vision statement. We are a vibrant spiritual community, honoring the divine presence in all and radiating the unity message through loving service. And I asked us, how are we doing on that? Are we fulfilling that vision? Are we fulfilling that, or are we just getting by? Are we every week just giving the minimum, making sure that the service happens, but not putting ourselves out there in the world, not thriving? And as a community, we all do this together. I said last week, and I'm taking full power and ownership of it, I have the biggest soapbox here, so I'm going to use it. I'm going to call us to be something bigger. I'm going to step out and on our Facebook page and on Sundays and to talk to us all about what it is we really want to be in the world and who we really want to be. Can you see us with a vibrant children's program, right? Where our children don't stay here in the sanctuary with us having their own meltdowns, but go downstairs to 2 or 3 or 4 people who are leading them in an interactive spiritual experience of their own. That we could advertise out on the street so that when people showed up, we actually had a place for their families to go. Every week. Every week. What about a full and active community here on Sundays? With meditation classes during the week, midweek spiritual services and classes that are overflowing, so that the space was used more fully all the time with seekers of spiritual truth and wisdom all over coming to here. How about live streaming? Not just video recording this and putting it up on YouTube for people to watch, but literally live streaming as we're going on with multiple cameras. And how about the technology to have interactive classes so people from around the world could take our classes and ask questions in real time? Those are the things we talk about in the board upstairs. Those are the things we vision and hold for us. But we can't do it unless you want it, unless you participate, unless you say, yes, let's take steps towards that. All those things are possible in our community. And then it's global. It's global. You want a better world? I do. I certainly want a better world. But what concrete steps am I taking today to make that happen? Is your dream to fix the planet? Well, what are you doing about that today? You know, I'm recycling because it's the law. Right? And I do more, but what step could I take today that would help fix the planet and the environment? How could I adjust my life so that my actions and my steps work towards something better? You know, march for peace. Donate to international organizations that promote end of child sexual trading, abuse of women, abuse of animals. Right? What step do I take today, knowing that I have the power to change this? But I got lost in our talk. Boldness has genius, power, and magic in it. Begin it now. That's often attributed to Goethe, because W.H. Murray attributed it to Goethe. But if you ask the Goethe people, they can't find it in any of his writings. So often when I actually attribute this to Murray, people tell me I'm wrong. So I'm just putting it out there. I don't know who said it. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. Boldness has genius, power, and magic in it. Step up now. But there's one more thing we need to. One more thing we need to clear this. We need to let go of what's no longer serving us. We need to let go of the things that are holding us back. And you know what those are? Those are our attitudes, our thoughts, and our beliefs. Those are, on the personal level, those times we say, I can't seem to catch a break. I've always struggled in life. I will have to deal with this illness the rest of my life. Right? Or this one. I don't have the education I need to get a better job. Right? My husband has a saying, and I don't know if he can hear me, but I'm using his saying. He goes, I teach at a school that I probably couldn't have gotten into. Right? He teaches at Stanford, and he probably couldn't have been admitted. Your level of education and where you went to school are not the blocks to your success. Your belief is your block to your success. Right? On the community level, you might think, well, churches are in decline. People just don't come to Sunday services anymore. The new generation's not interested in spiritual teachings. Those are all beliefs that keep you from sharing this amazing place with other people. Those are beliefs that keep you limited and small and keep us at a certain level and that keep us from truly thriving. Globally, we think things like politicians are corrupt. The thought and belief that the world is beyond repair keeps us from taking action to repair it. War is part of human nature, and there'll be nothing we can do to stop it. Those people don't value peace. All those things are affirmations that will destroy your taking concrete steps. So it is equally important that we claim our dream, that we take concrete steps towards it, but that we also are aware and let go of our negative thinking. Now, I'm pretty sure, and you can nod your head if that's true, that at least one of those that I read in all that litany, you may say to yourself or to others from time to time, right? I don't have enough. The world's against me. Those people don't understand or value the same things I value. Diminishing other people, excusing other people, sidelining other people are all negative concepts that keep us stuck in the same pain we say we don't want. If we are to be bold, we need to spend time affirming the good, that everyone's on our side, that we can succeed at whatever we put our mind to. I see you as the best soccer player ever, Connor. I see you in the Olympics. How old are you? 9. Okay, so in 10 years, you're going to be starring in the Olympics, right? Well, 12 years, maybe. Either 8 years or 12 years, because they happen every 4 years, all right? So I'm going to see you then. Starring in the Olympics as a soccer player. All of those things are possible for you when you believe and you let go of the negative thinking, replacing it with positive affirmations. How many people, though, when you ask them, go, say your affirmations out loud. Say, I am healthy and whole. My body is healing right now. Right now, I let go of all pain. Well, they say, that seems ridiculous. It's not the truth. I can't possibly affirm that. But we affirm all kinds of things that aren't true. I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough. I don't have what it takes. We say those things ad nauseum to ourselves, right? Why won't you spend 15 minutes a day saying something positive? That's again the way we sabotage. Take concrete steps towards your manifestation, towards who it is you're really being called to be in this world. And part of that is affirming how amazing you are, how wonderful the world is, and how the universe is conspiring to support you along the way. This is boldness, is magic, and is genius. What step are you going to take this week? What step are you going to take today? And be brave. Let's take that to our time of meditation.